Hello everyone, it's thomasjujube, and if you haven't noticed, we've been getting some crazy news into tokusatsu fandom for the last 3 days or something now. So there's a lot of new stuff that's been coming out. I'm going to talk about all of it. In this video, we're going to talk about the stuff that came out today, hopefully, as this is going up. I'm currently waiting for some other information to come out for the other stuff, but I will be taking a look at that in the next upcoming days. So be on the lookout for that. And now let's get into what this video is about, which is the brand new Power Rangers Beast Morphers toys that have been revealed. After waiting for so long, Hasbro has finally shown us what they are going to be making with their new Power Rangers master license and brand ownership. The first thing we were given was a few days ago in the form of some roleplay items. They weren't amazing, but they were fine. It was kind of cool to see finally something. We got to see the Beast X Blade, as it is called. I do not remember most of these Japanese names for all the stuff I'm going to be talking about. But this is the Beast X Blade, which doesn't seem to be able to transform into the binoculars like in the Japanese version. I kind of hope it does, but I don't really care because I'm probably not going to get it anyway. But it does look to be very long, which the Bandai of America toys are known for compared to the Japanese versions, which are always very short and dinky. So that's cool. We also get to see the Beast Cheetah Blade, which is also a sword weapon, and I think this is an original sword weapon, along with the Beast Cheetah Blaster and the Cheetah Claw. All these are original weapons, obviously meant for the Red Ranger because he's a cheetah. So I think these are all meant to go with him for some sort of upgrade form. We were given an image a long time ago, I think on New Year's Day. We were given an image of a new upgrade form that is American exclusive. I'm not going to show that here because maybe you don't want to see spoilers, but we know there is some kind of upgrade coming out for the Red Ranger that is American exclusive. These probably would go to it, but there's some images later on that disprove this, but it's cool to see some of these roleplay weapons, and we also get to see a Beast Red mask and a Beast Blue mask for the Red and Blue Ranger respectively. We're probably going to get a yellow mask later on too, unless they're just skipping that because the yellow or the girl items always stayed on shelves with Bandai of America, so maybe they're just skipping that. I don't know. But obviously this first wave of stuff will have a Yellow Ranger mask, it seems. The last roleplay item we get to see came out today, and it is the Beast X Morpher. Our first look at the Morpher, the big item for every Power Rangers line, other than like the Zords. But honestly, the biggest item probably, and it's the Beast X Morpher. I mean, what more could you want? I mean, there's no way they could screw up the look of this. This image obviously doesn't look completely show accurate, but this image has like the lights on. But there are some other images where the lights are off, and it looks perfectly fine. I'd say it's probably identical to the Japanese version, which is then identical to the show, so I think it's really cool. But you can see next to this, we have what looks like car keys. So what these are keys, essentially. I'm gonna call them Beast keys, I guess, for the duration of this video, because I don't think they have an official name. But Hasbro has made their own gimmick for the Power Rangers Beast Morphers line due to the absence of an actual gimmick from the Japanese line and the Go Busters show. So they're making these kind of keys, like car keys, I guess. So what we're gonna look at next are the figures, and each of these figures is going to come with a key, I guess. So Beast Red, we see, comes with the Beast X Blade, I think, the binoculars blade, and then we can see he's holding the Cheetah Blaster, which makes me think it's just an exclusive Red Ranger weapon, doesn't belong to any sort of power-up. And then we can also see that he comes with a key, and we can also see he can use that as a weapon, which is also cool. We probably won't see that in the show because I assume if they're going to use these as gimmicks in the show, it'd be weird if the gimmick turned into a giant weapon, and that's just a little strange. But I like that they have some functionality with the Rangers. And what I also like is that they're packaging these gimmicks with the Rangers, because it's something that always happens is like they just have they pump out all these gimmicks, or Bandai of America, they pump out all of these gimmicks and no one bought them. They were just sitting on shelves. People bought the figures, but they didn't buy the gimmicks. I think it's smart to include the gimmicks with the Rangers. So if you're a gimmick kind of person, you're picking up the gimmick, but you end up picking the Ranger at the same time. And then who knows, if you like the Ranger, you'll end up buying all the other ones. So, you know, very, very, very clever, Hasbro. I see what you're doing, and I like what you're doing. So, Beast Red isn't the only Ranger we got to see. We also got to see Beast Blue, who is largely just the same thing. We get a blue key with him. We get what looks like to be the same Beast X blade. And I believe he has the combined mode gun. So that would be the camera gun and the, what is it called? The binoculars blade, both combined. So he has a combined mode of the gun, while Beast Yellow has the just regular camera gun. And she also comes with her own cheetah key, and, or not cheetah, her own rabbit key, and her own binoculars blade. But we also don't get an image of her holding the key as a weapon, which is a bit strange because we get one for Blue. So I think these figures look really cool. It's obviously Hasbro's own version of Bandai's, I think, 5-inch figure line, but I don't think these are the same height, which is a little disappointing for collectors at least. I don't have a lot of those figures, so I don't really have a complaint. Not sure if I'll be picking these up, but I think they are very cool. We also, I'm saying that like we're done, we also get a look at Tronic. So Tronic, the name was leaked a while ago. Everyone was wondering what it was. It seemed like the name for another Beast Bot. This is for the grunts of the series. So I can't remember any other Power Rangers grunt. Your putties. There we go. These are your putties of the series. So great way for those big collectors to army build. So that's really cool. He comes with his own weapons, and he also comes with his own key. So that's very interesting. I took a closer look. It seems like the pin pattern is a little different than the ones on the Rangers keys. So I wonder if that just means the Morpher will read it differently, or it might mean there's a secondary Morpher coming out for the Rangers, or a secondary Morpher that's coming out, a repaint probably, that will read villain keys. And villain keys with a plural, because we also get to see Blaze, who is the Enter Dark Ranger from Go Busters. I don't remember the Japanese name, but here we have Blaze, and it's cool that they actually released this so early. Hopefully it means that this character will have a lot to do in the series, because I think that would be very cool, because the suit is very cool. So looks like he comes with his own sword and some dark version of the Red Ranger's Cheetah Blaster, which means we're probably going to get a repaint of that Cheetah Blaster sometime in the future. And he also comes with his own key as expected. So I do like the idea of having these gimmick keys. I hope, I'm sitting here with my fingers crossed that we won't need to buy them to get all the sounds into Morpher, because the Go Busters Morpher didn't require any gimmicks. You got all the sounds in it. Granted, it was always just the generic morph sound. So I guess I would be okay if like the Beast X Morpher on its own could just play the generic morph sound. But if you put in, like, let's say a Red Ranger key, you got like an exclusive Red Ranger stylized transformation sound. I don't know, something like that. But obviously these keys will probably do something special. Just kind of hoping maybe it's not too much, because the Morpher isn't really meant to work with gimmicks in Japan. So we also got to look at some new Zords, and Zords are what I was personally the most excited for, because I've been collecting Transformers since I was 4 years old. So, you know, I definitely have a love for giant robots. So I was like looking forward to these giant robots, and I'm a bit disappointed. To say the least. I'm not holding full like, oh, these are gonna be complete garbage, because we have like one bad picture for each Megazord. So the first one is actually a good quality image, and it's just of Play School Wild Force Megazord. Obviously I'm not gonna be picking this up, but I just thought to throw this one in here. It's cool to see they're not doing a Mighty Morphin Megazord, which is kind of the obvious choice. So this is cool for, I guess, little kids. I'm not sure how much this is going to cost, but I probably will never be picking this up. Next, we also get to see the Beast Ultrazord toy. So this one is interesting because it doesn't look combinable at all. everything just kind of looks molded together, and it's lacking a lot of details. So I was kind of thinking like, or obviously, this is not the deluxe Megazords, which again is fine because, you know, that's probably not what I was gonna buy. I think this will have lights and sounds, which is cool. So I was looking forward then to see the combinable ones. So the combining Megazords, I think, were just leaked. They weren't supposed to go up, but someone made an oopsie and accidentally sent out those images. So we got our first look at the Beast X Megazord, the combining version, and I think it looks good. I think it just, my problem is probably just because I was expecting so much. I was more or less expecting a giant transformer, and this just looks like a standard Megazord with, that's essentially a brick, and I guess that's fine. It's probably just me expecting too much. I do think the legs are just really long, and that's kind of a little off-putting to me, but I think this looks good. And I don't remember how much it costs off the top of my head, but if it's like the normal Megazord price, like $35, then I'll probably pick this up. So I think it looks fine. I was kind of hoping for more. We also get the Beast X Ultrazord. I said that like X is the important part, but Ultrazord is the important part. This is the final combination. This was definitely, I think, leaked out ahead of time because we don't even get to see the silver and gold Megazord or the Lion Megazord. So this was definitely not supposed to come out, but oopsies, it's come out. That's probably why the image quality is so bad, because none of us were supposed to see it. This one, this is the Megazord with the extremely long legs. I think he's 90% leg, and then the 10% is just everything else. That's kind of ridiculous at this point that I love it. More ridiculous things that I love coming in future days. But this is kind of so ridiculous that I kind of sort of love it, but not really digging this Ultrazord. The normal Megazord I do like. So that's all that's come out, I think, just today alone. So in like the course of less than 12 hours, Hasbro's essentially shown mostly what they're going to do. Toy Fair is coming out next week. I'm definitely looking forward to see more stuff. I'm looking forward to see the Megazords in some actual lighting, maybe actual poses if they can do that, but I'm looking forward to see them in actual lighting because I do think they will be good. I'm a little put off from these weird looking images. So let me know what you think of Hasbro's new products for the Power Rangers line, and let me know what you hope they will reveal at Toy Fair next week. And if you haven't already, please consider hitting that big fat subscribe button to stay tuned for me to talk about the next upcoming news in the Tokusatsu community, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching.